Start for you, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, good morning to everyone. Myself Mayank Shah from Parul Polytechnic Institute. Today we have to meet expert section on techno commercially on solar PV systems. Our webinar agenda is like why solar energy we can use in recent situation, which type of opportunity in solar sector like in business as well as job, which type of solar PV system, design of solar PV module, and PV system in brief with live examples. So today our guest is Mr. Tushar K. Vagasia, sir. He is assistant manager in Such Electromac Private Limited. So I request to sir, please join and share your knowledge as well as valuable time with us. Hello, sir.
Okay.
Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Please. Thank you, Mr. Mayank. Should we start? Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing well and safe at your home and enjoying this lockdown period by learning new things and a new session in technically as well as commercially by this Parul University. I would like to thank you to Parul University to give me the opportunity to give a webinar on this the techno-commercial talk on solar PV system. Before starting the webinar, let me say why I am here. Why I am here to giving this webinar to all of you. Because the reason is that in the EU, as you all know that the solar industry is booming nowadays, and government is also supporting this solar industry. So that's why it's increasing its demand on the solar. And which I do means there have something gap between a industry and the institute. That's why I am here to building a bridge between the industry and the institute. Whatever you learning in institute is a theoretical knowledge. It's a must necessary to improve your practical knowledge as well. I am not saying the theoretical knowledge is bad. It's a good, but practical knowledge we can say it's a great. So I am here to deliver some practical knowledge to all of you. So you can, whenever complete your diploma graduation or degree graduation, whenever you go to the market, you can get the job by grabbing this technical and the commercial knowledge on solar system. So let's, without wasting time, let's start today's topic on the techno-commercial talk on the solar PV system. It is the word is the techno-commercial. As an engineer, you have to taking care of the technically as well as commercial part of the any project or any industry. You have to maintain both technically as well as commercial. It's an engineer's jobs. It's a job responsibility of engineer. So that's why I'm here to deliver something techno-commercial. And before the introduce the PV system, let me introduce. There are different type of solar power plant. One is the solar thermal, and second is the solar PV system. In solar thermal, you are it's one of the different system that we will not cover in today's session. We will cover only solar PV system. In solar PV system, we will convert the solar energy into electricity energy by using the solar PV module. We can say the solar photovoltaic module. So let's beginning of this seminar. Which content will we cover in this today's session? One is the why solar energy is requirement. You all know the theoretical knowledge. It's like environmental free and that's whole thing. You all already study in your subject of solar energy or non-conventional energy sources in your graduation or diploma engineering. And more than this theoretical knowledge, I will share something practical knowledge also to all of you. And second is the opportunity in the solar sector. In like if you want to do business in solar sector, as well as if you want to do job in solar sector, which is opportunity is available in current scenario. How can you jump or grab this opportunity? And the third one is the type of solar PV system and its principle. There are only two type of solar PV system. One is the on-grid and the off-grid. As practically, if we can see, as per the Indian policy, there have total 5 type of solar PV system. We will see in the next slide. And the fourth one is the design of solar PV system. I will show you how to design of solar system for our residential as well as a commercial as well as industrial. How to we design, which is the parameter we have to consider during the designing of the solar PV system. Let's why solar energy. First is the why solar energy. You all are know that it's environmental free energy. There have no pollution because of solar. If we getting the energy from the solar, there have no pollution. It's a maintenance free also, and it's a green energy sources. We can say if we are producing the 1 kilowatt hour, it means 1 unit produced by the solar. It means we have reduced the carbon 1 kg of CO2. How? If there is some thermal power plant, coal-based power plant, they are producing 1 unit. It means they will burn the coal, and whatever coal is burned, and that induce the 1 kg CO2. If we are giving the by solar energy, then we can reduce this carbon footprint also. That's why it's a benefit for environmental. That's why we are go for the solar. Other thing is the less electricity losses. As you know that suppose there have one location, like if we consider here in Gujarat, there have thermal power station in Ukai, and then it will generate from the Ukai, and then it will transmit whatever generation. If there is 66 kV generation, then it will be step up and transmit into 220 kV, and that step down, and then distribution. This is all about the power system parts. Hope you all know about this. If a generation is one location, in its power in come at our home, there are lots of losses in the transmission and the distribution losses. If we are putting the solar energy on our own roof, then we can reduce these losses. That's why we are going for the solar energy. And the fourth one is the create a new job opportunity and economics growth of India. As we know that currently government is very, very, very supportive to the solar energy, because of the, as we know that in the industrial, I can say that industrial as well as commercial, residential, electricity demand is increasing day by day. That's we have no limited. Like the thermal is the limited source of energy. Coal is limited. You all know that, and we are importing from other country. It's we are dependent on the other country for importing this coal, and whatever we produce the energy. It's too much cost and also affecting our environmental also. That's why we are going for the solar energy. Definitely, it will create a more job opportunity. I will show some figure to you, so you can get some practical knowledge also. Let me show you something energy. That is the solar thermal power plant capacity in India. It's the approximate 62.8% of energy we are using from the thermal. From the coal, we are 54.2%. Like it's the data. It's up to 31st of March 2020. So we are using 62.8% of power from the thermal power plant. And now you can see that there is a renewable energy sources. There is a hydro also, we can say the renewable energy sources. And REC, it means that they have considered the different power plant, like hydro, biomass, and the solar as well as a wind power plant. It's 86 gigawatt. 87,028. It means 87 gigawatt of solar and wind power plant. It's the 23.5%. So it's a current scenario of India. So we are using, if thermal, it's too much cost for us, and also for our environmental also. That's we are moving for the solar energy. Let me show you one more figure of this. Whatever power is generation from the solar is like here. Suppose there is a power is generated in 2009-10. It's a 7717 megawatt from the thermal energy. So it will be reduced day by day. Not a reduce, but it's a reduce some percentage. Suppose is a generation, sorry, consumption by 2009-10 is 771. It was a 6.6% growth of the thermal, and next year it's a growth by 5.56. Like suppose this is a graph. If we are consuming the solar thermal, thermal power plant is this much of amount in 2009-10, and it will increase. It will increase year by year. So in last financial year, we can say that 0.26% of this amount. Like let me show you, multiply by 0.26% plus this. So it's increasing 0.26% of this. Sorry, its figure is wrong. Show it. 57. So our yearly consumption is increasing by the thermal power plant. It's a slightly increase. If we are using the solar energy, if we are going for the renewable energy, so we can reducing the thermal power plant, and we can increasing our environmental condition as well as the financial condition of India. So here is the installed capacity of the solar power plant in India yearly. You can see that 2009 it was approximate 200 megawatt, and yearly currently the scenario is that there are 37 megawatt 37 of gigawatt of energy installed capacity in India of only solar. In that, the government had target in 2022 175 gigawatt. So it's almost more than 100 gigawatt installed capacity is still in nearby 2 years. But let's see, due to lockdown it will be happen or not. तो अभी वो देखते हैं अभी क्या है कि गवर्नमेंट भी सपोर्ट कर रही है. गवर्नमेंट ने जो इस साल का जो फंडिंग है, इस साल का जो फंडिंग है गवर्नमेंट का 2500 CR टू पर्टिकुलर सोलर इंडस्ट्री ओनली. That's why there are lots of opportunity in job as well as business. Now let's talk about the opportunity in the solar sector. First is the business opportunity. In business opportunity, there are different verticals in business also for particularly solar. First is the manufacturing sector. If you want to start your business as a manufacturer, you can start the manufacturing of the different equipments of solar system, like solar module, we can say solar panel also, inverter, solar inverter, as well as there are lots of lighting, as well as some earthing material also using in the solar power plant. So whatever equipment is using for the solar power plant, we will see in last slide which equipments are used for the solar power plants. And the second business is the EPC, engineering, procurement and construction. You can start let me say that manufacturing, if you want to start the manufacturing business, it's too much cost, because it's around in rupees of crores. If you want to set up your manufacturing plant, it's a huge investment for you. If you want to start EPC, you can start your EPC company by investing approximate 1 lakh to 2 lakhs also. Depends on how much size of your company, in which sector you are providing the services. There are different sector like residential sector, industrial sector, commercial sector, as well as utility sector in the solar power plant. It is currently government is providing the subsidy, and how to we can go for the subsidy and how can we start the business. It's one of the different topic. We will see if we are organized in next webinar. Okay. So it's a different topic. So you can start your business as a EPC contractor also. If you have team like engineering designing team, and you have to just purchase the material from outside of the company. There are a number of suppliers are available in the market, and you can install the power plant at the site, whichever, like residential, commercial, or industrial, whatever. And one more business opportunity is the trading of solar equipments. As I already told you, they have different components in a solar power plant, like a module, inverter, etc. So you can start your own company as a trader. You can buy a bulk amount of quantity from the manufacturing, and this of the sell to the EPC company by your starting your trading company. It's one of the option is also available current trend. And one more thing is a consultancy. Consultant, as a consultant, if you have a good knowledge of industrial and Indian government and Gujarat government some solar policy, and if you have technical good knowledge, then you can start your consultancy also. So there are two different type of consultancy. You can providing engineering services to the some of the contractor, because some of the EPC company have not their own engineering and designing team, so they are hired the consultant to designing and engineering. So you can start consultant services also by learning the designing and the engineering. And second thing in consultancy, it's like one more is the if you know about the government policies. Let me show you some of the Gujarat government policy on solar power plant. There are some policies here. This is the Gujarat solar power plant policy. If you have idea about this policy, what is the rules of the, if you want to provide this power, solar power to the grid, solar power to the residential sector as well as industrial sector, they have derived the one policy for that. If you have good knowledge of understanding of this and experience of this policy understanding, you can start this business also. And there have a licensing process also between the company and the government. So if you have a knowledge of this policy, you can do the licensing also, because some of the, this is the big company, EPC company, they don't have their own licensing and like this type of thing. So they are hired the consultant for the licensing activity. There are multiple activity. Like if you want to apply for the solar power plant for particular industry, you have to apply to the number. There are a number of governments, state government as well as Gujarat government as well, central government as well. So what is the process to the apply, and once you apply, what is the document you require? So once you registered for the solar power plant installation, after the approval from the government, which is the process you have to follow. So you can like that type of you have knowledge, then you can start your own consultancy firm. One more business in consultancy is like there are one IPPs. We can say independent power producer. For example, I am an independent power producer. I have a company and I have a ground mounted 10 megawatt of solar power plant. So what I do, this is my solar power plant of 10 megawatt. So I have to sell my power to some industries also, some government also. If I want to sell my power plant to some industry, I have to do PPA. It means the power purchase agreement. I have to do power purchase agreement with some of the industry for selling my power. So there have also some process of licensing, and they have contact with the government, some bodies. And if you have this type of knowledge also, then you can start your consultant business also. So it was the business opportunity in the solar sector. Next is the job opportunity in solar sector. If after completion of graduation or diploma, if you want to do the job in the solar sector, there have multiple opportunity in different sector. If you want to apply for manufacturing, EPC, as well as consultant, there have some big consultants, so they are hiring some graduate student also for supporting the process. One is the sales and marketing. If you have good knowledge of the solar policy and also some technical knowledge, you don't need to much more technical knowledge or much more policy knowledge, but yes, you should have something about the solar power plant and how normal policy, how much connected power industry can connect by the solar. So you can do your sales and marketing job also. There are lots of opportunity in current scenario, because every company want to expand their business in nowadays. So if you have a little bit knowledge about the solar power plant, and you can apply for the sales and marketing job also for the some of the EPC company as well as manufacturing company. Second one is the designing and estimation. Once you grab the order, you have to design. If you, it's a different type of design as per the requirement of the site condition, as the customer requirement. It's the optimized design is not one common or constant for all these client and customer. So it's a different as per the requirement of the client and the customer. Okay, so you have to, once you get the order, you have to design and estimation how much amount will be occur once you project completed, how much cost will occur. So you have to derive the estimation also. I will let you know after the last slide what is, which is the factor and how to estimation, a little bit idea about the estimation for the particular project. Once you design, the designer is preparing the BOQ. It means bills of quantity. It means how much equipment is requirement for particular, how much solar module is required, which type of solar module is required, which type of inverter is requirement for this solar power plant. So how much earthing will be occur in this power plant, and how much equipment required for the earthing, how much connector, how to structure. This whole thing is covered in BOQ. Once BOQ is derived, this BOQ is go to the purchase department. When purchase department is receive the BOQ from the designing, it will give the order to the different supplier or different vendor of this particular company, and they will schedule the planning of the material delivery, how much time will take for the material delivery on the site. So it's one of the purchase, or we can say the procurement department also in all this company. And once the material reach at the site, then you can start the project installation of the process. It's you can cite as you can say that it's a project engineer or the site engineer. So you can work as a project engineer or site engineer also on a solar site. Once during this time, you have to supervision of the project, and you have to learning, and whatever your knowledge you have, you can apply on the field. And you can, as a fresher, you can learn much more thing on as a project engineer, as a site engineer. Once project is installation, there have quality engineer and testing and commissioning engineer also there. So it will the taking care of the all this activity happening on the site. So during the project as well as after complete the project, they will taking care of all the activity of quality as well as testing and commissioning. There have safety engineers also on a megawatt scale project. This is the cycle for the EPC company, for particular big EPC company. I am talking about the big like a utility power scale company. So it's the formatting. I can say it's the cycle for that. So you can apply for this big company, for you can apply for small companies as a project engineer. So they are looking for the all this department. Project engineer looking for the purchase and design also. It depends on the size of the company. If size of the company is big, reputed company, they have different department there. If there are small companies, if you are a startup, then yes, your company is small, and you will not hire all this person for particular designation and particular works. One person can also handle this all this activity. So this is the opportunity in the job. Now let's move on the technical part. As I told, discussed on the commercial part, now we are moving for the technical part. There are different type of solar power plant. As I already told you that there is, if you see in your book, there is only, they mention only two type of solar power plant. One is the grid connected, second one is the off grid connected. But as per the Indian standard and Indian policy, I have defined the five type of these different type of solar power plant: grid connected, grid interactive, off grid, hybrid, and net metering. What is the principle of this all these solar power plant? Let me show you. This is the First is the grid connected solar power plant. In grid connected solar power plant, we can say whatever power is generated from the solar, it directly going to the grid or directly going to the substation, nearby substation. That type of power plant is mostly ground mounted rooftop. It's almost in megawatt scale. I'm talking about this megawatt scale solar power plant. This is the solar module that is the connected in series and parallel. After designing, you can calculate how many of module are required to connected in series and how many module of connect required to connect in parallel. It's a module one. Module is completion. They have SMB, SCB. It's called the string monitoring box as well as string combiner box. If our module is connected in series means you already know that the plus is connected with minus and minus is connected with plus. Each and every module they have two terminal behind that at their junction box, plus and minus, positive and negative terminal are there. If you connected positive terminal to negative terminal of other module and negative terminal to connected positive terminal to other module is called the series connection. So number of module you are connected in series, it's called a string. If 10 module are connected in series, we can say that this 10 module are in string. If number of string are connected in parallel, we can say it's a array, array in solar system. How in parallel connection, positive terminal is connected with positive terminal and negative terminal is connected in negative terminal. It's already you know. I think you all are engineers, so you should have knowledge about the positive and negative and series and parallel. So there are string module combine. Once all the string is combining, we cannot directly give to the inverter because there have number of wiring and cabling, so we cannot input that much of input capacity in the inverter. If our inverter is a single MPPT, if our inverter have a single MPPT only, so we can go through the supply by string monitoring box. It's one of the other topic to how to design the string monitoring box, how to select the string monitoring box. It's one of the other topic. So we will not discussion currently of detailed discussion on it. Once all the string is connected, whatever power generator is solar is, you already know that it's a DC power. So we have to convert this DC power into AC by putting this inverter. Once you put this inverter, your power will be converted in DC to AC. Once your power is converted in AC, you cannot directly give to the grid substation. Currently, I am talking about the grid connected solar power plant. It's a utility solar power plant. It's directly connected to substation. So we cannot directly give the supply from the inverter to grid substation because of the we have to we can say the उसका जो frequency रहेगा वो हमको match करना. We have to match the frequency of the grid substation as well as whichever power is generated, whatever power generated from the inverter. So we are putting here inverter duty transformer. The sizing of the inverter duty transformer is depend on the which type of solar power plant and the size of solar power plant also. And if you want to design the inverter duty transformer, we have to give them data of the inverter side as well as grid substation side. So designer can design as per the comparison and match the frequency of the both type. So we are using here inverter duty transformer in grid connected solar power plant. Before inverter duty transformer, we are putting the circuit breaker for the protection. Yes, you already know about the substation. There have circuit breaker for the protection before the inverter duty transformer as well as after the inverter duty transformer. And whatever power generator we are measuring by CT also as well as PT also. And here is the ABT meter. What is the function of the ABT meter? ABT meter is the meter that, however, whichever unit is generation from the solar power plant is measurement by the ABT meter in each and every 50 minutes of flow. ABT meter working is there is measurement of the unit energy per 15 minutes. Each and every 50 minutes, they are giving the generation of the solar power plant, and then it will grid to, go to the grid substation. It is the working principle of the grid connected solar power plant. As I already told you, total generation will be directly export to the grid, and it's a depend on the nearby grid, which 11 kV is available, 33 kV is available, or 132 66 kV grid is available near to the solar power plant. So as a designer point of view, whenever you design the, whenever you select the site, you have to check the nearby grid voltage rating also. So it can affect the our cost optimization in designing. If our power plant is up to 5 megawatt, then there have a power excavation is the 11 kV. If our power plant is 5 megawatt to 15 megawatt, there have power excavation. We can power excavation up to evacuation up to 33 kV. Same as the 15 to 100 megawatt, there have 132 kV. And if our power plant is more than 100 megawatt, then we have to evacuation of our power to the 220 kV of grid substation. So these all the one more thing, SLDC, you all are aware about the state load dispatch center, or also we can say the schedule load dispatch center. Each and every state have their own load dispatch center. In Gujarat, they have state load dispatch center in the Baroda, and there is the maintain the all the Gujarat load stability, and whatever power generation from the solar, wind, and thermal, all this load is managed by the state load dispatch center. If your power plant is more than 1 megawatt, it's a mandatory as per the Gujarat policy as well as the Indian government policy. You have to give the all and every data to the state load dispatch center, because they have to maintain the load schedule as well as the generation schedule. So there is one SCADA system also in the solar power plant to monitor the generation of the solar power plant. Then we have to give this access of the SCADA system to the SLDC, State Load Dispatch Center, for monitoring our solar power plant if our power plant is more than 1 megawatt as per the Gujarat policy and Indian policy. It was a utility, we can say utility or grid connected solar power plant. The second one, this is the performance ratio. It's not, it's if you want to apply for the tender, government tender, they are selecting the vendor as per their performance ratio as well as CUF. It means coefficient of utilization factor. It's one of the different topic, taking more time to explain in detail. So currently we are not discussing this topic. So for tendering process. Second is the grid interactive solar power plant. The same thing is here also you are giving to the grid substation, but the different is it's not for utility solar power. It's like if there have industrial or commercial solar power plant, there are a number of modular inverter as already discussed in first solar power plant. Here we are not using the string combiner box. You have seen here string combiner box because your multiple number of string is here. So here using the string combiner box. But here we are not a multiple number of string in the industrial power plant. There are not if maximum up to 500 kilowatt, we can say 700 kilowatt. There are multiple inverter. So here is using the inverter like a multiple MPPT. Here is a multiple MPPT. So here we are not using the string combiner box. We can directly give to the module to the inverter, and one it's converter into AC. We are putting here SCDB for the combining the all this supply, and we can say the protection of inverter also. So once you generate the power, you can directly give to the main distribution box of the industry as well as your commercial apartment, or as well as your if you are a rooftop for the residential, you can directly use from there. In here we are using the unidirectional meter only. It means whatever it's a unidirectional. You know about the bidirectional meter and the unidirectional. Let me know you some brief idea about the unidirectional meter. If it's show the one direction reading. If you are consuming from the grid whatever unit, that will give only one type of unit. That's only consumer. They are not showing the whatever unit generation for the power plant. right? So in grid interactive solar power plant, you can directly use all this solar power plant generation by your distribution board or by your connected load in your industry. So once you use this type of solar power generation from the plant, and if power is not available due to night hour, so you can directly use from the grid also. So here is the meeting, whatever power used for from the grid, so it shows the meter reading, right? So third one is the off-grid solar power plant. In off-grid solar power plant, we are using the battery bank, and this is the not inverter. We can say the PCU. It means the power controller unit. It means suppose here generate the DC. If you are putting PCU here, if and you can store the bed. If your consumption is zero, you can store the whatever power generation from the solar power plant by the battery bank. In night hour, if there have solar power plant is zero, you can use this whatever storage in battery you can use by your connected load. That is the off-grid solar power plant, right? And the next one is the hybrid solar power plant. They have two type of backup. One is the battery backup. Second one is the grid connected. In that hybrid solar power plant, if you are using hybrid, you can use by the battery also and grid also. Somehow in rainy season there have no generation in solar power plant. Then you storage also not available in your battery bank. So you have to use the power of grid. So there is another type of PCU available for connected to the grid as well as a battery bank. So it's a hybrid solar power plant. We can use our home also. These also we can use for our home also. But drawback is that whenever storage is not available, so we cannot producing from the solar as well as not storage. So power will be zero in our home. So we are here putting the grid connectivity also. So you can use the grid connectivity also. So it's called hybrid solar power plant. And the fifth one is the net metering solar power plant. This is the one of the kind of power plant that are the most of the people are using nowadays, particularly residential as well as the commercial and the industrial also. In this net metering system, what happened? Whatever power generation is as per the last generation DC converted into AC, once is ACDB. Here we are using the bi-directional meter. It means here showing that whatever power generation in the power plant, it give to the grid, and whatever power consumed from the grid. Let me say one example. What is how to work the net metering system? Suppose your solar power consumption in month, suppose it's a 200 unit, right? And sorry, solar power consumption, not a consumption, but we can say it's a generation. Solar power generation is 200 units. You can say kilowatt hour, it's a unit. And the consumption from the grid, total consumption of your home. Suppose it's like a 100 unit, right? Your consumption is, there are two cases. If your solar power generation is 200 and your total consumption is 100 per month, let's say per month. So it means how much is the surplus power? You can say surplus power generation is 200 unit and your consumption is only 100 unit. So you have generated more than 100 unit. So this is the unit that you are giving to the grid. Once you give to the grid, grid will receive from your solar power plant. You will receive the amount from the grid for this 100 unit. In second case, so case 1, case 2. Suppose total consumption of your home is, suppose it's a 250 unit. Your generation is 200 unit and consumption is 250 unit. So it's a grid power received. So how much power used? 250 minus, sorry, 250 minus 200, it means 50 unit you have consumed from the grid. So you have to pay the electricity bill for the 50 unit only. If your surplus power is more, then you can give this unit to the grid and grid will pay. Grid means it's a DISCOM, like the GB. We can say BGVCL, Torrent Power, as well as UGVCL. This was in Gujarat grids. We can say DISCOM. So you can sell the power to the grid also, and we will see how to we calculate the size of the solar power plant in detail. Next one is the, okay, so it was the different type of solar power plant, and which factor you considering during the designing. Let me show you. Whatever power generation in the solar is equal to ARH into PR. It means whatever, let me clarify what is the difference between the energy and the power. There are different. 90% of students don't know whenever it's come for the interview, what is the difference between the energy and the power. The power means it's a rated voltage of particular equipment. Suppose you have a bulb at your home, right? So it means suppose their rating is a 20 watt of bulb. It's called a power rating. We can say this bulb rating is in power, it's a 20 watt, 20 watt, right? If this bulb is on for the hour of 2 hours, suppose your bulb is 2 hours on, it means 20 into 2, it means 40 watt hour, it's the energy. It means you consume the 40 watt hour energy by this bulb. It's called the energy, consumption of the energy, right? So that is the difference between the power and the energy. So whatever generation is done, one is the equation is the total area of the solar panel and the efficiency of the solar panel, average solar radiation, and the performance ratio is. Let me give one more example how to calculate the energy of the generation. So total solar power calculation. Okay, so here is the equation. E is equal to A into R into H into P into R. Suppose your solar module, you know that the solar module size is, let me show you one solar module data sheet. It is the size of the solar module. 1955 mm is height, and the depth is 990. It means that their cross-sectional area is 1.995 multiplied by 0.99, right? So, and what is the efficiency of this solar module? Here is the data sheet of the solar module. Here is the efficiency. Efficiency is the 16.53. Right? 60.53 is the efficiency, approximate 70%, right? Annual average radiation of the tilt panel. solar power generation is totally depend on the solar power radiation. Let me show you the radiation in the Gujarat. It's a 582 kilowatt hour per meter square per day. It's an annual average. If it's multiplied by 365 days, it more than 2000 kilowatt hour per meter square per year. So from this website, you can check the radiation. There are a number of websites available for the solar radiation for different location. For our location, we have considered particularly for Gujarat, it's a 2000 kilowatt hour per meter square per annual. And this is the performance ratio. Your performance ratio should be good if your losses is minimized. There are a number of losses like inverter losses, temperature losses, DC losses. Whenever you design the solar PV system, you have to consider this all the losses also during the designing. So it's one of the different topic for the of the designing. It is the 489 unit generation per year per panel. It's the size of one panel. If we are putting the 3 panel, the size of the panel is the 320 watt, right? Here is the size of the 320 watt. We have taken the example for 320 watt. If we are putting the 3 module, number of 3 module, it means 500, the total square area is 5.92 square mm, and the energy generation per year is 1468, right? So if we are using a 320 watt peak module, 3 number, it means the power of size is 960 watt peak. We can say it's a 1000 kilo. We can say 1 kilowatt also, right? So that is the power generation. So power generation is totally depend on the solar power radiation. So how it changed with the solar power with the radiation? Let me show you one characteristic of the module. Here is the characteristics of the module. If your radiation, solar power radiation is 1000 watt per meter square, then your output power is maximum. Power is here because it's the current in y-axis, voltage in this axis. Power is the multiplication of the voltage and the current. As radiation is decreases, your power maximum, here is the MPPT. We can say the maximum power point tracking. It's a maximum power point tracking is one of the more interesting topic if we are organizing some other webinar one also. So if you reducing the radiation on your modules, so here is the MPPT. Your power reduces, slightly reduces, right? So here the characteristics of the solar PV modules. So solar power generation is totally depend on the solar power radiation, not on temperature. If we increase the temperature, then power generation will be less. There is also a reason why there is a power generation is less if increasing the temperature, because of there are losses, temperature losses. Let me show you one more coefficient. Temperature coefficient is here. Here is the module's rating on standard conditions, standard STC, standard temperature and standard temperature condition, right? 25 degrees Celsius, and here consider 1000 watt per meter square radiation for this particular or this module, right? Here is the maximum voltage, power rating, power tolerance, module efficiency, maximum power rated, current, as well as open circuit voltage and the short circuit voltage. Here is the coefficient of the VOC. If we increase in temperature, what is the coefficient say? If we are increasing the temperature, then your VOC will be decreased 0.30%, right? Here is the zero, VOC is the 45.70. If we are increasing temperature, here is the 25 degrees Celsius. If we are 30 degrees Celsius, then our temperature will be decreasing 0.30 degree per Celsius, right? So same coefficient for the ISC. ISC, there is the current is increasing. Current, if temperature is increasing, then current is slightly increasing, almost 0.05% only. So meanwhile, we are only considering the factor of the power. If we are increasing the temperature, there will decrease is the power. It's a 0.38%. Here is the coefficient for the same, right? So here is the how to generation of the solar power. It totally depend on the radiation of the solar radiation, right? And one last slide is the designing of the solar PV system. Let me show you. If you want to design for your residence, right, a residential purpose, you have to select the how much a PV system is requirement for your house or for your home, right? Once you're designing for the, once you select the sizing, suppose 2 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt as per your consumption requirement, right? So nowadays, if you are going to the people and their people are asking, if I am putting this much of amount of solar power plant, will I run our fan or AC and the tube light? So it's a wrong question. So engineer have to explain to the consumer or the we can say the client. Here is I prepare the one sheet. So, electricity, solar power plant is depend on how much electricity you are consuming. You can run AC, bulb, AC, whatever you want. You can run in 1 kilowatt also, but it's a depend how much time you are using this particular equipment. As I already told you the energy, how much energy consumed from your home. Suppose suppose I am giving you one example. Suppose your consumption for 2 months is 2000, right? Sorry, 2000 unit you are consuming per 2 months, right? Your GB bill is like 2000 per, and your connected load is 7 kilowatt. Suppose it's a 3 phase. Suppose there are one bungalow and there are number of equipment like AC, refrigerator, and TV, number of fans, is all, right? And their consumption is 2000 unit per 2 months. It means 1 month they are consuming 1000 unit, and then connected load is 7 unit. That mentioned in their electricity bill, right? So in that case, there are different charges you are paying. First of all, you should read the electricity bill of your own house. So one exercise for you is, after completing this webinar, please read your electricity bill and try to understand each and every component of your bill. If you have any query, please let me know. Okay. So here is the fixed charge. If you are government have fixed charges for different connected load, and there are energy charges in slot. If you are using a 1 to 150 unit, there are energy charges is different. If you are using 50 to 100, then energy charges is different. And second is the fuel charges also there, and taxes also there. So suppose your consumption is 2000 as per the government rules. The total electricity bill is 16,146, right? So you need to install the power capacity of 8 kilowatt. There I have equation some of the by using the, suppose as per the thumb rule, 1 kilowatt solar power plant generating 4 to 5 unit per day. I am considering 4.5 unit per day, right? 4.5, right? And for it's for 1 day, day one, and it's a consumption, right? Sorry, generation of the solar power plant. It's a thumb rule as per our solar radiation available in Gujarat, right? Suppose if I am considering 30 days per year, it means 1 kilowatt of power is generating 30 multiplied by 4.5, approximate 1350 unit for 1 kilowatt. 1 kilowatt solar system only generate this much of power, right? Sorry, this much of energy. So as per this calculation, I have derived you required the 8 kilowatt of solar power plant, right? So there, whenever you go for the customer, the people are always asking of the return of investment. Suppose they are invest something, what will the payback period? So let me show you. Here is the as per the government rules and government benchmark post 2019 and 20, the subsidy. There have some benchmark cost, and government is providing the subsidy up to 3 kilowatt. There is 40%, and 3 to 10 kilowatt, it's a 20% of subsidies available in Gujarat, right? So as per here we consider 8 kilowatt solar power plant system, right? After considering all the subsidy, your total power amount, total solar power plant cost is 3,44,000, right? And after the deduction of this all the subsidy, you have to pay only 2,49,429, right? So let me put here 2,49,000. 2,49,449, which is the approximate amount, right? So if you are investing 2,49,000 rupees, then your net saving is 78,000 per year as per your electricity bill consumption, and your payback period is 3.2 year only. Once you invest, you don't need to any kind of maintenance also. You required only cleaning the panel only, right? So it's you can payback period is 3 to 4 year of solar power plant, because government is providing subsidy. It is the solar some acceleration. It's not necessary your solar module is efficient up to 25 year. It will decreases their efficiency approximate 1%, no, not 1%, but 1% reduction of the solar power generation only. If you are considering 1% of the solar power plant generation reduction in each and every year, then after 25 year you will you will save your electricity bill, and you can benefit of 30 lakh of 32,967 rupees as per the calculation. If you want to get this electricity bill calculation, I will share with all of you if you want, and if you have any query, let me ask. Okay, so it's the sizing. Once you sizing, it means as per your consumption, your requirement of 8 kilowatt of solar consumption, 8 kilowatt of solar power plant for your home, right? So it's right. After then, there have number of parameter are also there. Preparation of PV module data sheet, as already I share data sheet with all of you. Data sheet of the PV module, and selection of the PV module, cable sizing. There have DC cabling and the AC cabling. How to selection of the cable for your solar power plant, and their requirement, the lighting protection also. We are using the lighting arrestor for this lighting protection as per the standard NFC 1710. It's a designing parameter, designing standard, and we will prepare the specification of various plant component. I will share some of the component also with you. Some of the selection of the inverter, how to select the inverter. In utility scale, there have two type of inverter. One is the central inverter, second is the string inverter. They have their own advantages and disadvantages for both. And which type of inverter where we use, it's a detailed designing. After detailed designing, we can select the proper inverter, right? One is the designing of the string and array, as I already told, in type of different solar power plant, string also, and the array. If number of module is connected in series, it's called string. The number of string is connected in parallel is called array. How to size, how many number of select for the series, how many number of connected in parallel, it depend on the of particular rating of the solar module as well as the inverter module, right? And the designing of the SLD of the whole power plant, and the earthing already I told you. And we require the structure also for the mounting our module. So we will design the structure also. Lighting protection. There are some calculation for seat. As I prepare this type of seat, for earthing calculation also, I have prepared some of the type of seat. So once you enter your input data, you can directly get the whichever you require, whatever you requirement, right? Some of the layout and DC and AC cabling, the technical evaluation of selection of different light component. This is the designing part of the either it's a megawatt scale or it's a rooftop scale, right? So designer is what doing. It's designing solar power plant, giving the SLD and whatever calculation is, how much module is requirement, that's all thing. And one more thing is that is the preparation of the BOQ. So let me show you. I have prepared some of the BOQ for one of the project, 15 kilowatt of solar power plant. This is the module. Number of module is there are 46 module are using of a 33 watt peak. That is the size of module, 33 watt peak module, and the number of module is this. This is the price. It's changes by day to day life. It's not a fixed price. And second is the solar inverter. This is the main component of the solar system is the solar module and solar inverter. Then after there are module mounting structure also there, distribution box also there. They have some how much quantity required, how much price. As a designing engineer, you have to derive this BOQ as per the site requirement and site condition. Right, all the AC and DC cable, lugs are there, how many lugs will be there, cable plant, and the earthing and grounding material also there. If they have requirements, some civil component like a concrete, sand, and bricks for the earthing. So you have to derive the how much quantity is requirement, right? So here are the GI earthing strip, there are piping and other items also like tape also required, ferrules and the cable ties. These all the items the designer will providing, right? It's a 415 kilowatt of solar system. Let me show you one designing. It's the image for the 15 kilowatt solar PV system that I derived from the one of the software. It's called Google SketchUp. You can do shadow analysis by the Google SketchUp. Here is the site overview. It is the top overview. Here is the arrangement of the number of modules in series and parallel. And here is the space for cleaning the solar panel. We are putting the space for the cleaning the solar module. Right. It's an overview of the 15 kilowatt. It's one of the commercial project located in Mumbai. Right. And one more design is for 147 kilowatt of your solar power plant. Here is the for 147 kilowatt of solar module. Here is the module size 370. How to select the module? There are number of type of module available in the market, which is the best. There are their own benefits and disadvantage. So how to select? It's these all things are the designing part, right? So as a designer, you can prepare this type of BOQ and also prepare this type of drawing by using the Google SketchUp software. There are designer one more software is used is one of the PVSys and second is the AutoCAD also important for designer, right? So this is the whole for 147 kilowatt, right? Okay. So if you have any query, you can directly write me on my mobile number also, or you can directly write my email ID also. And if you want to know more about the solar power plant designing, so I can provide you some of the guidance also for that if you have any query, right? So we can arrange a demonstration also if you want to join any courses for the solar designing. Right. So if you are interested, then you can directly contact to me. Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. I'm here. Hello.
Yes, sir. Our Palu Polytechnic group, one of the faculty from EC department having some question.
Okay. Yeah.
First question is why is India lagging behind in terms of solar energy?
Why India is
lagging behind in terms of solar energy?
Yeah, there are different reasons. See, India is not lagging compared to the other country. As you can see, the install capacity is leading much more compared to other country nowadays. But there are some technology not developed. Still, some of the if we are importing much more solar cells, for manufacturing the solar module, we are importing some of the other countries. So we are depending on some other countries in some of the technology wise. Also, we are importing some of the inverter, high efficiency of inverter from the other country. So that's the reason. If currently research and development team are doing on their work, and they are developing our system, the solar system, for particularly module as well as inverter for getting the high efficiency for the particular equipment, right? So we cannot say that we are lagging, but we are leading nowadays. But yes, there have some technological issue, and we are now booming on the minimize the issue and getting the maximum output from the solar, right? That
Okay.
means,
Okay, sir. Hello, sir.
yes,
Same faculty having one more question.
yeah.
Can a solar panel damage too much sunlight?
No, no, no. Solar panel is not damaged by the sunlight. It damage if you are putting some high load on it. There have. Let me show you one structure of the solar panel. How is the structure of the solar panel? Let me show you one. Let me show you one of the structure of the solar panel. So it will. There are multiple equipment are using during the manufacturing of the solar panel. Here is the structure of the solar module. There are aluminum frame on it. There are double cover. The middle there have solar cell, right? On upper there have string solar escalation coil for the solar cell as well as lower the solar cell. So it's a more flexible and more efficient, and mechanical strength is more. So it cannot damage by the solar radiation only. If we are putting a heavy load on it, then it can damage one. Otherwise, there is no chance for damage by the radiation or the temperature only. Right?
Okay. Okay, sir. One more question from student side.
Yeah.
What are the specification of output power, voltage range, and frequency range for PV module?
Okay. 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 Let me show you. Some. So voltage range is not depends totally depends on the module only, right? Suppose there have modules of 320 watt peak, right? There have maximum power voltage from the 320 watt peak is at 36.90, and maximum current rating is 8.68, and it's a standard temperature. We can say whenever temperature is 25 degrees Celsius and solar radiation is 1000 per watt per meter square, right? So it's a total power generation, sorry, total watt and total current in particular module. And it's the convert DC into AC. Once it's convert from DC into AC, is AC inverter that converts that type of different type of inverter are available in the market. If their inverter is the 230 watt single phase, then it will produce the AC 230 watt and 50 hertz frequency, right? If the inverter specification is suppose inverter is a 415 volt 3 phase, right? Inverter we are selecting for the our system, right? So it's not depends on module only. Whichever voltage or current are generating from the. Let me show you one specification sheet for the inverter also. If I am here, show you. No, I don't have. PV module. Actually, currently, I don't have a technical specification sheet for any inverter. You can find the any inverter technical specification from any website also, right?
Okay.
So, is there any question? Other?
Okay, sir. One student having one more question.
Yeah.
Will any agency or solar plant
Hmm.
is guaranteed the? Sorry, wait, sir.
Sorry,
Will
I'm not getting.
Yes, sir. Will any agencies or solar plant is guaranteed the numbers of unit produced or efficiency of plant?
Yeah. There are number of number of agency are available in market here, but yes, it's a depends on totally on solar radiation only. So if you there have a solar radiation meter or a solar radiation measurement meter on your site, and it you show how much radiation will come on your site, then solar agency will definitely give the guarantee how much unit will generate it. At the solar module agency also, like the solar module, they are giving a 25 years of guarantee warranty. Here is a 25-year output. Means the power output guarantee also giving to the modules, right? The solar agency also, some of the EPC contractor also giving the guarantee. But yes, they have a measurement meter of the solar radiation, how much radiation is available there. Then and then, if there have rainy season, there have no radiation, then there will not generate the power, right? So it's a major thing. They have solar radiation measurement meter there. Okay.
Okay. Sir, one more student is having a question. How soon will I notice the difference in my electricity bill after switching to the solar energy?
Yeah. You can see here. I have seen. Suppose this is your electricity bill. Suppose your consumption is 2000 per minute, right?
Yeah.
Per 2 months, right? There is the total bill is 16,146 as per your as per our government guidelines, and there I have some equation put in this row and calculation, right? After installation of the solar power plant, if you installing the 8 kilowatt of solar power plant, then you have to not pay, you don't need to pay anything to the discom, right? Pay to discom is your fixed charge. Suppose 140 is your fixed charge, you have to pay this, and 21 rupees is taxes on the fixed charge, right? So other than you will receive the 440 rupees from the grid, right? You have to pay 161 rupees to the grid and receive the 440 rupees, 440 rupees. It means you have to pay total 279 rupees only if your consumption is 2000 to 2000 per 2 months, and you are installing the 8 kilowatt of solar power plant. It is the different, right? It's the before the installation. This is the before installation your electricity bill, and this is the after installation of solar power plant, right?
Okay.
Next.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Parul University is very grateful to you. Thank you so much, sir, to coming in this critically COVID-19 situation and
Yeah.
share your some information as well as your grateful knowledge with
Thank you.
us. Thank
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here with Parul University, because I already student of the Parul University, wherever I learn and teach this all same institute. It's my pleasure. I am very thankful to the Parul University, and especially thank to Mr. Mayank, you too also, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.